What's going on, everybody? This is Rob Fernandez, your veteran agent. I'm glad to have you back. Now, I am here to talk about things that we can get started in life that we can start helping each other do now. There's so much knowledge out there. I want to help you out. I want to do what I can to make your life a little bit easier, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So come on, guys, let's get started. All right, what's going on, guys? Now I'm here to bring value to you in any way I can. I really hope I help you out in some way, some shape or form, right? Someone recently reached out to me across the nation. We had a really good conversation too. And a question they had was, what if things seem too easy? Because all their life they had a struggle. Something comes along and it seems too easy. Okay, they struggled their whole life, and I get it, guys. We had to struggle. Some of us had to struggle from the time we were born till for almost all our lives. And if something comes along and it seems too easy, well, sometimes I'm telling you, sometimes maybe it's God just throwing you something your way, right? And I told the individual, well, if everything you're trying to do, it seems so hard, maybe you're not doing it right. Right? Maybe there are things that in your life that may be influencing you in a negative way. Sounds like you have to fuss them out of your life. All right, cool. All right. Life doesn't have to be that hard, guys. And there are little things we can do in order to make our life just a little bit easier. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. And the reason why I bring this up is because I had a good conversation with an individual, and one of the things that we talked about was the military. And I shared an old story with him where I was at a safety stand down. I was over at the VA. There were there was I don't know if you know those people, but there's actually an epidemic happening here in the U.S. where 20 to 22 military men kill themselves each day. Veterans, right? They kill themselves each day. 2022, right? Out of that 2022, 10 to 12 of them are Marines. Now, being a Marine myself, that's unacceptable. All right. I understand some people may be in a hard situation and it's tough on them. I know because I was there myself. All right. I was in a really bad spot in my life, and it was really hard for me to get over that hump when I transitioned out of the military. When you transition out of the military, it's hard enough. Now, I'm not going to say that, the advice I give is going to make it to where you don't need help. Because if you need help, you're going to need help. Okay. So the advice I'm trying to give is just going to try to make your life just a little bit easier. Now, with, those military people who are unfortunately taking themselves out of the picture, the biggest stressor or biggest trigger, is financial instability. And if you think about it, if you really sit down and think about it, these people coming into the military are young. They're 17, 18 years old, 19. I went there when I was 19. Most of them, especially the ones I came across, they had no financial literacy background. Right? They had no financial literacy background. So what happens when you give a bunch of young devil dogs money? All right, that they never had before in their life. You give them this private, this PFC money that they ain't never had before in life. You get them a big ass paycheck. What do they do? They're gonna buy a new car, more than likely. So I'm out there in the military, and I'm thinking to myself, you are a PFC. How the hell are you driving this Hummer? How are you getting this fully loaded truck? There's no freaking way, guys. There's no freaking way. Why are you spending all your money on a damn truck? You know you can. I know you can. I can't afford that stuff. First of all, you live in the barracks. Second of all right, every time I see you when we're not at work, you're barely driving the damn thing anyway. So why the hell even have it in the first place? They say, oh, I just wanted it. Well, that's what happens when you give people, broke ass people, money they never had before in their life. And I'm telling you, most of the Marines that I know of, man, they were broke. Especially when you had the barracks parties. What are you gonna do at the barracks parties? What happens to the barracks parties? You know, we spent like an entire paycheck on beer, right? You wake up the next morning, everything's full of cans and shit. Everybody's drinking it up. Everybody's getting just trash. And then we have, it was good times though. It was good times. But look, listen, guys. This is kind of what I'm talking about, is that you got all these military people spending all this money, and I'm like, what are you spending it on? Just junk shit, right? So fast forward 4 years from that point. Fast forward 4 years, right? They do their tours, they do whatever they got to do, and then, you know, their time's up in the military. They got no job, and then you got no money to help you when you transition out, because you spent all that shit on stupid shit. So why you go on deployment? You know, I went on 2 deployments. I came back, my bank account wiped out. My ex did me dirty. So it happens all the time. It does. It happens all the time. Yeah. All right. But I wasn't the only one. You do 1, 2 deployments, several deployments. You come back. You get out of the military, you got nothing to show for it because you didn't do nothing with your money. You didn't put in no damn IRA, 401k. That they give you this pension in the military, supposed to help you out. Oh man, I can't really think about it, but it's their own little savings. It's garbage, to be honest. And you know what? They spend all their money on stupid shit, and nobody once ever boot camp inside when I was in the military. Nobody ever talked to us about financial literacy. Growing up poor, I didn't know shit about financial literacy. I didn't know nothing. That's one of the biggest reasons why when I got out of the military, besides my bitch ass ex-wife, is that I had no fucking money. I had no money. Excuse my language coming out. All right, it's just my passion coming out. But I had no damn money after I got out of the military. I didn't have shit. I did all this work. I busted my ass. I killed myself for 4 years and some change, did 2 deployments. I worked my ass off. All right. I broke my body. I had no money to show for it because there was no financial literacy growing up in my family. And guess what? They all broke. My family all broke. If you're listening right now, my family out there, and I'm sorry, but you know you broke. Most of y'all know you broke. All right. And when I was in the military, it's the blind leading the blind in the military. They got no damn money in the military. All right, especially the Marines. Yeah, we look good on the outside. We sharp as shit. All right, fake it till you make it. But most of them broke as shit. All right. Now let me tell you some things that can help you out right now. If you're in the military, this is gonna help you out. All right. If you're not in the military, this is gonna help you out. So let me tell you. Okay, start with what you have and use it to its max potential. Here's one way. All right, here's one way. Get 2 credit cards, right? You're gonna have one for travel, and you're gonna have one for cash back. If you are able to get the American Express card right now, all right, they give you up to 6,000 cash back towards groceries, right? 6,000, and then if you get I use the travel rewards over at US Bank. If you're able to get that, you're gonna get a shit ton of points, all right, on your gas, your groceries, all that shit. All right, so use those 2 credit cards with the shit you're doing now. Instead of spending your damn money, all right, you go. I guarantee you right now, most of you are going up to the up to the HEB, you're going to the gas station using your regular debit card, ain't gonna do shit for you. But you're gonna use your credit card, who's gonna get you some cash back. This is what's gonna happen. At the end of the year, you're gonna accumulate all these points and not change a damn thing in your life. You're not gonna change a damn thing in your life. If you just switch up how you use the shit you have now, your shit will change. Let me explain something to you. If you use your credit cards or correctly, meaning you do not spend more than you're gonna be able to make in this month, anyways, that's where people get fucked up. Right? Excuse my language, but this, I gotta get my point across. If you use it correctly, this is what could happen to you. You use your cash back for your groceries and up to a certain amount, and then you use the same card for your gas too. Then you accumulate a bunch of cash back points for the end of the year. Now you take the travel card, use it on everything else. You use it on your bills, anything that you're gonna, when you go to the movies, when you go bowling, when you go to get a haircut, when you're paying all your bills except for your mortgage, because it don't work on credit. All right, anything is gonna be on your travel rewards card. All right, because look, fast forward 12 months. If you start, well, fast forward what we're in February. Fast forward 10 months from now. All right, when at the end of the year, you're gonna have all these points that you can be able to use to either one, go on vacation. All right, you can use that towards going on vacation. You can use that going on a cruise, going to out of state somewhere. You want to fly somewhere. You can use those rewards points to take a vacation that you need for yourself for free, and then you're going to use cash back to pay for your stuff. That instead you use the cash back, you literally just paid yourself to go on vacation. Why wouldn't you do that? All right, I didn't get to go on vacation last year. I got to have a staycation. And this is what I did with it. I had all these points. I couldn't go nowhere, but I thought to myself, I'm not going to just let my points go to waste. All right, what am I going to do with it? What do I have right now that is taking money out of my pocket each and every month? I thought to myself, you know what, Ralph? Your kids watch way too much damn Netflix and Hulu. I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take the points that I have. I'm going to use it to pay for Hulu and Netflix for the next almost 2 years, each one of them. Right? So now for the next 2 years, I got Hulu and Netflix for free using the points. That's an extra X amount of dollars I get to save each month, which I'm going to reuse that money that I save and put it into something that's going to make me more money. Okay? I also use the extra points to pay for my flooring. I used it to pay for my flooring because my room was full of carpet and it sucked. My wife was like, can't breathe because we have dogs, hair gets everywhere. Right? So I used the rest of the points to pay for the flooring. So I did that. I have a big room. I have a big master bedroom. So what would have cost me about just the material, $1,800, I got for $500, and I did the labor myself. So redid my entire room, the flooring, the edging. It looks real nice. Got some light fixtures in there. It cost me $500 for everything. Like I used the points, and that's a way to use your money smartly and make it work with you instead of against you. You have all this money leaving your pocket. Let's use it more wisely, right? All right, and okay. So I hope you're following me so far. Now, if you're just joining, I'm going to explain something to you. There's two forms of credit. I don't care what the SEC says, which is Security and Exchange Commission, or those. I went to school for accounting, right? So there are a bunch of people out there who won't agree with this, but I don't give a shit. That's why they work for me. All right, two forms of credits. Truthfully, there's good credit, there's bad credit. Good credit is anything that brings money or value into your pocket. Bad credit is anything leaving your pocket. You follow me? Simple as that. In our example of using credit cards, we use them correctly. We pay them off a few days before the due date. We collect points, which is putting money into our pocket. That's good credit. You take that same credit card, you don't pay on time, it accumulates interest. Now it's taking money away from our pocket. What happens? Okay, yeah, now it's bad credit. All right, for you investors out there, you take a single family residential. We'll say that. We'll just keep it simple. You take a single family residential. All right, you move into this house. Is it good credit or bad credit? You're living in this house. Good credit, bad credit. All right. Well, think about it. You're paying the mortgage. You're paying for the maintenance. You're paying for utilities, you're paying for the taxes. So this property is taking money out of your pocket. Good credit, bad credit. Bad credit, right? Now we take the same property, and now we're renting it out. Three things are going to happen in this property. One, they're going to pay down the mortgage. Two, it's going to build equity. And three, you generate cash flow. Let's say that the mortgage is $1,200. You rent it out for $1,500. All right, $300 cash flow. So that same house, but different situation. Good credit, bad credit. Thank you. It's good credit. All right. And that's the way you got to view anything that you're trying to purchase. Is it going to bring value to you, or is it going to hurt you? Is it taking money away from my wallet, or is it going to put money into my wallet? My wife, I'm not going to lie, my wife get mad sometimes. All right. Especially when there's something she wants. I say, do you really need that? Is it going to bring value to you? And then she's like, oh, man, yes. All right. That's just the way my mind works. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. 4:15. Cool. Now, Robert Kiyosaki. Love that guy. If you haven't had a chance to read his books, Rich Dad Poor Dad, please read it. Love that book. All right. The entire series of Rich Dad Poor Dad changed my life. It really did, guys. It really did. Love Rich Dad Poor Dad, the entire series. If you ever get a chance to read any one of them, it will change your life. Let me tell you a story. So my wife, she was going to school for nursing. She busted her butt. She got her nursing degree. She got a really good job in the NICU, neonatal ICU, which is whenever the babies come out premature, or the babies are having some sort of complications, they go to the NICU, and she took care of them until they were able to go home. Now, she thought her life was pretty good. She did, right? She didn't think like I thought yet. And so she said she did the traditional thing, worked hard, went to school, got a good job, and she was happy. I make her read this book, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. After she reads it, and from that point on, she would tell me, why did you make me read that book? I was so happy until I read that book. And I was like, what do you mean? And she said, well, now I don't want to work for nobody. I want to work for myself. I hate the 9-to-5 job. I hate where I'm at. I was blissfully unaware of how unhappy I was. And so I'm like, well, I'm glad I made you read it. It really opened your eyes. That's the power of just reading and expanding your knowledge, right? And I had lunch with my cousin recently, and I had to, there's so much information, and I was trying to explain to him that you don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. And the problem with what we have today isn't that the rich, or there's secrets to being rich. There are no secrets to being rich. There are no secrets to gaining wealth. The problem is that there's so much information. Where do we start? You have so many ways to accumulate that knowledge. You have YouTube, you have TikTok now. You have some good stuff on there. You have Facebook. You have if you're watching this right now. All right, that's a source. There are all these books. You have. I don't agree with college at all. You have all these sources to help gain wealth and to put you in the position that you want to be in the future, right? But it's like, where do we start? There's so much of it, and other stuff that's out there, what actually works. I would suggest, if you're having a hard time, fathoming where to start, all right, just start by reading Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then kind of go from there. I think that's a really good building block for you guys who just need a place to start. And that's a good one. Now, as far as building yourself personal wealth, all right, and actually the way of thinking about credit card stuff, I actually got that from a different book. Now, there's a different book that really helped me out. And if I was to tell you right now, if I was to tell you, hey, if there was a book, I would teach you how to be rich, would you read it? Probably, right? Right? Well, there is. Guess what it's called? I would teach you how to be rich. Really, there really is a book. I would teach you how to be rich. And it goes over how to manage yourself personally, and it kind of it kind of grows from there. I went to school to get my business degree. I got my master's in business. I got my undergrads, including accounting and finance. And this book summed it all up in a way I actually understood. This is why I don't know if I really want my kids to go to college. Yes, I said it. I don't know if I want my kids to go to college. I feel like college is such a waste of time. There's so much that in college that is, I call them filler classes, because there's only, when I took my accounting classes, there was only like 3, maybe 4 classes that were like really beneficial. 3 or 4 that are really beneficial that I'm so glad I took them. All right. The problem is I had to take a lot more classes to get my degree. And I'm going to tell you right now, they were just useless, just absolutely useless. Okay. Because they were, like I said, they were called filler classes. They were just used to fill a curriculum so the accreditation can keep the college can keep their accreditation in order for you to pass, gain the hours necessary for you to complete your degree. And that's why I don't think I want my kids to go to college. I really don't. All right. And I honestly, the more and more I talk about it right now with you, the more I'm thinking, I don't think they are going to go to college. All right. But they have to have a good mentor. They have to have a good, someone who can help teach them, guide them along the way. If not from me, then from other books, other successful people. And what was someone way smarter than me once told me, look, the road to success has already been paved. It's already there. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just follow it on. I'm like, okay. And that's why I'm going back to the original story of the guy I talked to from a different state. He said what if things seem too easy? He said, I told him, maybe you're doing it the wrong way, right? Maybe you're doing it the wrong way, all right? Because maybe you're trying to work so hard to gain that success and that knowledge that you're trying to to grasp for, but you're doing it the wrong way. Why? Have you ever asked somebody how they got to where they are at? I did. I asked people, how did you get to where you're at? All right. How do you do what you do, and how do you do it so well? I may have had to pay for their lunch a couple of times. It cost me like extra $20 a meal, $30 at one time because the dude wanted a steak. But you know what? I did it. I went that extra mile to try to learn something. And I'm telling you right now, try to learn something from somebody who is in the field and doing something that you want to do. It doesn't have to be in real estate. It doesn't have to be. If you're a realtor right now, you want to be the best realtor out there. All right, find the best person in your market. Be like, how did you do that? How did you do that? All right. How do you sit back and you collect all this revenue? How did you do that? All right. If you want to be in politics, all right, go to somebody that's going to help you out. Somebody who's going to be able to guide you. You became a councilwoman. How? What did you do? All right. And do not limit yourself. Do not limit yourself. Okay. If you limit yourself, you already failed. And why even get started? That's why I told my little girl one time. She didn't understand anything. And I want to say it right now. She probably don't understand it, but she will. She will. And I'm gonna say, what else can I do to help bring you value? Right? That's the whole reason why I created this whole podcast each and every Friday, is to bring you value. All right. I want to bring you value. I want your life to be better today from here at this point on. I want you to make sure that tomorrow is better than how you woke up today. That's why I'm doing this. How else can I bring you value? Well, there's so many different things. Now I'm gonna go with you veterans right now because there's just too much information out there, right? Let me just narrow it down. Let me just focus on you veterans. Veterans out there, love you. Much love for all my veteran brothers and sisters out there. Much love. Love you guys. I do. I have so much respect for everything you've done, everything you put yourself through, the sacrifices. Love it. Yeah, okay. So for you veterans, if you know somebody who's getting out, or you're, if you haven't got out yet, then let me tell you something. For the veterans, please pass this along to anybody you know who is in. Please pass this on to anybody you know who is in. You have 90 days before you EAS to file for your disability. To file for your disability. You have 90 days. Why is this important? It starts with the story. I was in boot camp, and I messed up my knee. I did. I was in so much pain. I was in phase 3 in boot camp. I messed up my knee. I was in so much pain. But I wrote it out. But that pain bothered me throughout my career. And because I didn't want to be labeled as weak. And if you're in the military, you know what I'm talking about. All right. If you're in the military, you know what I'm talking about. If you go to medical, you're weak. You garbage. You shouldn't be here. Right? That's a mentality, which is such a fucked up mentality, especially like after you get out and you realize how badly you messed up. All right, because that almost cost me so much, and it did cost me a lot for a while there. I never got it recorded. I messed up my knee, and I was having knee pains throughout my career because of that incident in boot camp. Never once did I go to. Never once. What's up, Colton? I never once got it evaluated while I was in. Never once. And I still have severe knee pains till this day. I wake up and I'm just in pain. I got to take my pills because I'm in pain, right? My wife's like, "Oh, you okay?" I'm like, "Hell no, my knees are killing me." And as badly as my knees hurt, they never gave me any sort of disability rating for them. And there's no way for me to freaking verify that my pain came from that incident. I know where it came from, but I had no documentation. And this is why I'm telling you, you have 90 days before your EAS to record everything that needs to be recorded in order for you to have the best possibilities to gain 100%. And when you hit that 100% number, I'm telling you, it's gold. So much of your life is going to change for the better when you get to that 100%. Not only are you going to get a dope ass check that's high as hell, especially if you got a bunch of kids, because you get $8 extra per kid. All right. It does so much for you and your family when you get that 100%. All right. 90 days before you EAS, that's when you can start filing for your disability. While you're in, take advantage because you're in. Once you're out, it's out. You screwed. Once you're out, you screwed. Anything that is bothering you, anything that tickles, anything that you know that is not right with your body, go to medical while you're in. Take care of it. Document that shit, because if you don't, you will be you're gonna be so mad at yourself if you don't take care while you're in. Don't have the paperwork to back it up. Because when there's no paperwork to back it up, when you get out of the military and the VA is gonna look at your record and they're gonna say, "Tough shit, nothing we can do. You never recorded it." And you'll be like me. It took me 8 years and some change to get to 100%. Don't be like me. Do not make my mistake. And that's why I created this, because I want to make sure you're getting the best value out of this. Like, if you're a veteran, please tell that to somebody that's in right now. Be like, "What's up, Joe? Hey, you in? You still in? Yeah? Get your ass over to medical if your shit hurts." Don't be like me. There's so many people who are just like me, have the same story. All right? Don't be like us. Be better than us. Okay, so 90 days before your EES. Now, the reason why I tell you all this, and I'm gonna get to, I'm gonna circle back to it. I promise. I promise. And there's another thing too, and I can't tell you how many people come to me and we talk, and we're like, "Damn, I wish I'd known that when I got out." Here's the next one. It's gonna blow your shit. Here's the next one. This only works for Texas, guys. If you're not in Texas, I'm sorry. You have to go to your state legislature to see if it works over there. But this is how it works in Texas. When you're in Texas, file your ass for unemployment. Veterans, file your ass for unemployment. You get out of the military, go straight to the unemployment office. Why? Because as long as you're going to school full time, you get put on what's called the exempt list. Now, what's that? Well, let me tell you. The exempt list is a list that allows you to go to school for 12 months, collect the full benefits of the unemployment. I think it's like $1,800 right now. It might have gone up since my time. Unemployment for 12 months, $1,800, and then after the 12 months, you get reevaluated. Hey, you get a phone call. Hey, Hernandez, are you still in school full time? Yes, I am. Cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to put you on a reduction list. You're still exempt for the next 6 months. Make us proud. That's exactly how the phone call went. Exactly. I went 12 months collecting full benefits of unemployment. And then I got an additional 6 months of a reduced pay, but I was still collecting this paycheck. And if you ever been on unemployment each and every week, you have to go to like McDonald's, or you get somebody to sign a paperwork and say you applied, right? You don't have to do that when you're on an exempt list. You don't have to do that. What? I know, right? All right. So the last one is school. Get your ass into school. When you get out of the military, get your ass into school. Oh, you got a bachelor's? Guess what? You're getting a master's. Oh, you got a master's? Guess what? You can get a PhD, be a doctor. All right. You get out of the military, you now have 3 forms of how to collect that check. You get out of the military, now you have unemployment. You got your BAH, because you're going to school full time. And number 3, you get the VA check. Okay, so you got 3 sources of income. And the reason I tell you this shit is because that time period from when you first get out of the military and that first transition year or 2, it is hard as shit to transition out. Your mind ain't right, especially if you're like me and you go from Afghanistan to civilian in less than 3 months. Yeah, they did me like that. And I tell you these 3 things because I want you to succeed. I don't want you to be part of that statistic of 20 to 22 military men killing themselves each and every day. I don't want you to be that person. Don't be that one. All right. And one of the biggest triggers that they'll tell you, psychologists and sociologists will tell you, is a huge trigger is money problems. Right. I just gave you 3 sources of income when you get out. 3 things, 3 ways for you to get out. You use those 3 things. You make sure that if you do those 3 things, you're gonna get I think I at the peak. I wasn't 100% back then either. I think I was making close to 5G. No, not even 1,800 plus. Let's say that's like 1,000, 28. Damn, I was making 4,800 a month. I was making 4,800 a month. I wasn't doing nothing but going to school full time. That's for veterans. Take advantage of that. On top of that, you got a bonus. You got a bonus. What are you talking about? All right, there's a 4th one that most people don't even know about. and they don't take advantage of it because they think they can't get it, which is FAFSA, financial aid. Yeah, financial aid. True. Financial aid. So what happens? This question comes up a lot, guys. Can you still get financial aid if you have the GI Bill? The answer is yes, you can. Let's say your classes cost, I don't know, $3,000. GI Bill will cover that. That $3,000 is going to go in your pocket. Do I have to pay it back? No. No, you do not. No, you do not. Now, there's two types of financial aids, guys. There's the one that you don't have to pay back, and then there's a loan. That one you do have to pay back. That one you do have to pay back. I got a way around that too. I do have a way around that. We'll get to that. So, BAH, unemployment. You got your VA check, and now you got your bonus check, which you get at the beginning of the semester from FAFSA. That's 4 sources of income, guys. 4 sources of income. If you were one of the lucky few who started following me and listening to my podcast, listening to my videos that I've been putting out there on how to retain money and how to make money while you're in, and then you get out and then you follow these, well then, damn, you're golden. You're going to be good. All right? All right, shut up. Sorry. Let me find out how to not pay back my student loan. All right, cool. Okay, I'll tell you. Let's say you get, you're 4 years into your degree. You took out all these loans and stuff like that, right? You took out all these loans. And now you use your GI Bill, you use your FAFSA, you took out student loans on top of everything, the ones you do have to pay back. Let's say you're 50 grand in debt, but you're running at like 80% disability. All right, you have your degree, whatever, but you can't get a job. Let me tell you what happened. I got my degree. I got a master's, and nobody will give me a fucking job. What? You got a master's? Nah, I couldn't get a damn job to save my life. I don't know what it is. This is my perception of it, is that it may be true, maybe not true, but there's a checkbox in every application I filled out. Damn checkbox. And it says, are you a protected veteran? And it lumps a lot of shit in there. PTSD, suicide, handicaps. I mean, there's like a lot that's in that checkbox. I didn't want to be that. I have too much integrity, so I checked that box, and I put in. And my wife would attest. My wife can tell you, I put in so many applications, guys, to all these places. I never got a freaking interview. I don't know. My PTSD was definitely acting up. My PTSD was definitely acting up, guys. Right? And sometimes it still acts up. They acted up today. I had to leave, go to the gym, work some shit out. Couldn't get a damn job. So eventually I got to where I was 100% disabled. 100% non-workable. And here's the cool part. I didn't know this at the time, but I did learn this from a friend of mine. Is that when you get to 100% non-workable or 100%, what's the other one? Unemployable. Then you can file to have your student loans wiped out. And yep, sure enough, I had about 25K in debt. I had the student loans gone, forgiven, wiped out. I don't gotta pay it back, which actually helped me buy this house. Yeah. I got so much knowledge to give you guys for veterans. And I have been through so much in my life. I had so much down. I had so much down periods in my life. And I thank God that I was able to get past it and get to where I am today. But I learned so much along the way. And I don't want people to struggle the way I struggled. And my wife will tell you, I struggled. I struggled in my head. I had my demons. I had shit working against me. I had shit that I didn't think I was going to come out of. And everything that, happens for a reason. I lost so much in my life. I lost so much. All right. And tell you guys, if you're in a bad spot, you ain't the only one. I've been there before. You can work your way out of it. I promise, guys. So, telling you, right? Like I said, the triggers that most veterans have is financial problems, which unfortunately makes them make that rash decision that maybe this life will be a little bit easier if I take the easy way out. And unfortunately, some people do. A lot do. I don't want you to be one of them. I really don't. And so that's why I do this. Do what I do. There is so much more to pass on. All right. There's so much more to pass on. And I was supposed to have a guest come on. He didn't show up. That's cool. Guess what? He ain't coming on the show anyways. He gonna ask me next week, can I come on your show? And be like, nope. Sorry. Tough shit. Kick rocks. All right. What else can I give you veterans out there that are gonna help you today? Yep, helped you on that. Okay, cool. Here we go. I know what we can do. For the first person to comment on no, can't do that. He just get that. Okay. If you're still watching right now, put your name in the comments. Let me know who you are. Put your names in the comments. Let me know who you are. Because what I'm going to do is, and you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it right now. If you're watching right now, Chris, you're going to get one. I'm going to send you one. I'm going to buy you something that helped me out. And if you want to keep it for yourself, or you want to give it to another veteran, or if you want to give it to anybody who's in right now. What's up, Fernando? Okay. I'm going to buy you something that's going to help you out. All right. There is a book I have read like 5 times by now. And it has helped me gain so much knowledge about how to take advantage of the VA benefits. And the stuff in this book, I'm like, I ain't never ever thought of that shit. I ain't never thought of that. I'm like, wow. And I'm telling you, this book was made by veterans for veterans. Made by veterans for veterans. Why wouldn't you want to read that? And it was going to help you, or whoever needs to read this book, whoever you want to give it to, whether for yourself or somebody else. It's going to help them generate wealth either while they're in the military or after they get out. Now, you can get on Amazon. It's a book. You get on Amazon. It's called House Hacking for Military. But you know what? Thanks for sticking with me this long towards the end of my show. And I'm going to DM you when we get out of here. And all I need from you is where to send the book. And I'll send it to you. Andrew, I got you. Fernando, Colton, I got you. I got you. Thanks for sticking out with me this long. Because you stuck out with this, I'm going to send you something. I'm going to send you that. It really helped me out. I promise it could help you out if you want to get started. It's also going to help out anybody else who needs help with. Veteran or enlisted alike. It's going to help them out. I promise it'll help you out. I'm a little happy right now. Right? I'm a little happy right now. So I'm gonna I'm going to share the wealth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to DM y'all right now. All right. And just let me know where to send the book, and I'm going to send it to you guys. Just let me know. I'm gonna pay for it out of my own pocket. I'm going to send you that. I got you. Don't worry about it. It's going to help you out. And if it doesn't, you can give it to somebody else, and hopefully it'll help them and make your life just a little bit easier. Make your life just a little bit easier. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And until next time, have a good one.